The media. It is heavily critical of Republican leadership in the House, and they're not too happy with the GOP as a whole either. Outlets like the New York Times, NBC, Axios, they're specifically taking aim at Speaker Johnson, who just happens to be in New York, and he's sitting next to me in our New York studios. Sorry about the cold weather, Mr. Speaker.
Glad to be here, however. We got a lot of House Republicans in town for our annual Bright Lights Big City celebration, so great time to be here.
So how are you going to keep your party in line when you have a minuscule majority?
Well, this is what we do every day. We have one of the smallest margins in U.S. history. There's 220 House Republicans. And on any given day, 2 or 3 or 4 people may be upset or frustrated about something. They didn't get all their preferences or they have different ideas. The media, the way it works on Capitol Hill, as you know, is they zero in on a couple of voices and they try to amplify it to divide the Republican Party. Because if we stay unified, there is absolutely nothing that we can't achieve. And we've already demonstrated that this Congress. We've had one of the most productive Congresses in the history of the institution. Do
you need the president to get on the phone to some reluctant GOP members in the House and say, come on, come on?
He's been very helpful at a couple of junctures along the way where we've had big legislation, the one big beautiful bill, the Working Families Tax Cut, other things where you had 2 or 3 or 4 holdouts, which I can't afford. Now, remember, in previous years, speakers had 25, 30, 40-seat majorities. I have a razor-thin majority. I have to get every single Republican on most days, and so it takes a lot of work, but we're going to get there.
Separate issue. The Supreme Court says Texas can use newly redrawn congressional maps in the midterms next year. So, Mr. Speaker, that's a win for Republicans by the looks of it. How many extra seats does that mean for the GOP?
Well, I would say it's a win for common sense and the rule of law. What the court finally affirmed is what we've known all along. Texas had a legal right to redraw the lines and to do it in a fair way that reflects their population, and that's what the court has said. There's many other states in various stages of that right now. About 14 different states are redrawing lines and in various stages of litigation. So we don't know what the final number will be. I believe our party will net seats at the end of that. But here's the thing. I've got to win with whatever maps are produced, and we will. We have a great record to run on, great candidates. We're excited about the midterms.
Governor DeSantis was with me earlier today, and we're going to run the tape a little later on the show. And he says, yeah, they're moving forward in Florida with redistricting.
Sure.
That's what they want to do. So if you add Texas and Florida and the other states which will move in favor of Republican seats,
yes,
you're going to pick up an extra 10 or 20?
I don't know if it'll be that large because we've got blue states doing the same. But when it all sorts out, we'll net seats. Again, I liked the maps even before the current redistricting battles began. As we sit here right now, there are 13 House Democrats sitting in districts that Trump won. There's another 21 of them sitting in districts he came within 5 points of winning. Conversely, there's only 3 House Republicans seated today in a Kamala Harris district. So what that means is we have a lopsided map. It's a very favorable map for us, the best we had in about 30 years, which means we play offense. We're going to flip blue seats to red because we're going to run on this extraordinary record of what we've done.
Redistricting is basic, raw, nasty politics.
It is. And
that's what it is.
And some of us regret all that, but it is what it is. And at the end of the day, it's going to benefit the American people.
President Trump's going to Pennsylvania Tuesday, I believe, to talk about his economic agenda ahead of the midterms. Do the Republicans have a messaging problem with affordability?
No, it's just that we've had so many things to message. I mean, it's a blessing and a curse. The big, beautiful bill was aptly named because there was so much in it, so much policy, and there were so many things to message all at once. So you had different Republicans out talking about different things, which they need to do in their districts, but it made it appear as though the message wasn't unified. We are laser focused on affordability, bringing down the cost of living. The president's agenda is going to be aggressive, and this Congress is going to deliver that. So as we go into the midterm cycle next year, you'll hear everything focused on that issue.
Time's running short. What are you going to do about Obamacare health care subsidies?
We've been working on this for months, and Republicans are the party that are going to bring it down. Remember who broke American health care? It's the Democrats. The Unaffordable Care Act is 15 years old now. When they passed it, they said it was going to bring premiums down. Did exactly the opposite.
Would you do any kind of compromise to make sure that people don't face a spike in premiums?
Well, every day in Congress is some sort of compromise. But I'll tell you, we put together the component pieces of what we know can bring down premiums, and you'll see some of this being rolled out in the next few days, probably by mid next week. Republicans are going to deliver, and it's only our party, Stuart, that is going to bring down premiums, increase access to care, and quality of care. Democrats, all they do is break the systems and then subsidize the broken systems. We have different ideas, and it will benefit the American people.
Obamacare is broken, has been since day one.
Of course.
Do you have the ability to really reform it? I mean,
We have to
do this?
We have to reform it. I wish that we could rip it out from the roots and start over, but it's so deeply ingrained, it's sinister in that way. But it has broken the system, and what we have to do is go in and reform it. We have lots of ideas, expanding HSAs, the cost-sharing reduction models, reforming PBMs. I mean, we could go on and on. We will. We pull all that together in one plan. We draw consensus around it, and Republicans are on a mission to fix health care.
So you reform Obamacare if you can.
Yes.
What about the Minnesota welfare fraud problem, $1 billion? Does that imply to you that you've got to reform the welfare system as well?
Absolutely. And in the big, beautiful bill, by the way, we did that. We put work requirements in for SNAP benefits, which is long overdue. We reformed Medicaid, and we reduced fraud, waste, abuse in that program. The CBO, Congressional Budget Office, says that it will save $185 billion for taxpayers and bring down health care premiums. We have many more reforms like that. The big, beautiful bill was infused with reducing fraud, waste, and abuse provisions, and we have much more ahead of us, and that will be an aggressive part of the agenda in the next year as well.
Do you work 18 hours a day?
More. And I have to, because
No,
President
I'm
Trump
serious.
works 21 hours a day.
I see you on TV all the time, always surrounded by hostile media people.
Oh, yes.
And your fellow,
It's a really
other
fun
Republicans
job,
having a go
Stuart.
at you.
No, look, we accept this duty humbly. It's an important time in American history.
Are you enjoying it? I'm sorry to interrupt you, Mr. Speaker, but I've got to get to grips with the job you're doing.
I mean, I'm a wartime speaker in a real sense, and so it's not the most enjoyable job in the world, but I do love what we're doing. I love the team I work with. We have a unified Republican Party. If we didn't, Stuart, we would not have delivered on all the things that we have this year. There's much more ahead of us, and this team is excited about it. It is.
Just give us the tax cuts and the regulatory cuts.
That's right. Get ready.
Give
There's
us
more
some
coming.
reform.
There's more coming.
Just give it to
Absolutely.
us.
That's right. That's right.
Mr. Speaker, it's a real pleasure. Thank you very much
Thanks
for
a lot.
being with us.
Thanks a
I appreciate
lot.
it, sir.
Yes, sir.